Hey, everybody, it's Cindy Whitmer here with the Life Makeovers podcast, and I thank you so much for listening. So, today I want to share my takeaways from my conversation with Michelle Kaplan. I hope you listened to it the other day. If you didn't, check it out. Michelle is a poet, she's a producer of theater, she's a human resources professional. She's so many things. She's a mom, she's a cancer survivor, so many interesting things that we talked about. And some of the takeaways, well, here are the takeaways that I most wanted to share with you. One thing is that Michelle has lived her life following the breadcrumbs, she calls it. So these are indicators in life that have been next steps for her, what she has intuitively felt is the next step in life to lead her into what's best for her, what feel is the best path for her in her life. So she said to follow the breadcrumbs. So look for your own breadcrumbs. You may not know how life's going to turn out or what the exact path is going to look like, but if you're really feeling drawn to going a certain way in your life, she says to follow it one breadcrumb at a time, and that eventually you'll get to where you most need to go. And we talked a lot about living a life of passion and purpose. And she told us stories of something that she was passionate about in her childhood that has evolved in a whole different way in her adulthood. And so I encourage all of you too, those of you who've said to me, I want a life of meaning and purpose and in my second chapter, and I don't know what that looks like, and so forth. So you might tap into what some of the things were you thought were so much fun and so important to you as a child, and see if that you can connect those dots to your now at all in some way. Because often the things we started out loving, we still love later in life. We just kind of lose sight of them through the busyness of life and just through how life evolves as adults. We talked about the fact that we both believe that life is always conspiring in our favor and that there's kind of a magic element to life. So all those synchronistic times or those things that we might consider coincidences, that they're really not, that it's things just working out and things evolving. Like she told the story about the adoption of her daughter from Guatemala and how it felt really magical how she got a tip from someone that she really didn't even know about seeking adoption in that country and how that all evolved, which was turned out to be so wonderful. So many times throughout the conversation, Michelle and I talked about trusting our gut, trusting our intuition. We all have that sixth sense about us. And if we'll just be still and listen to that inner voice, it will never lead us astray. And she says the importance for having, ways to express, release energy and express herself in different ways, and encourages all of us to come up with our own ways. But some of the ways that she does is through her walks around her neighborhood or exercising that she does, just some form of movement she recommends. And also, she finds writing such a wonderful place to kind of dump her thoughts, dump her feelings, give a creative expression to all the things she has stirring inside of her. And so journaling and writing, and she even mentioned an online writing program that she's starting in January. So check that out too, if you think that would be something that really speaks to you. But the bottom line being with all of that is to find ways to release that energy inside of you, whatever's pent up inside you and needs some expression, to find a physical or mental or emotional release for those things. And we talked about perfection, the impossible the impossible standard for any of us to reach, no matter how hard we try. And so instead of perfection, that how about we just focus on being authentic, being our authentic selves, because we are all uniquely and wonderfully made. And we're all wired differently to want to do different things and to show our different personalities and lifestyles and so forth. So the best thing that we can do for ourselves and the world is just be our authentic selves. So what a great conversation. Thank you, Michelle Kaplan, again so much. And check her out, find her on Instagram. find her on her website, Michelle J. Kaplan. She's out there. Again, she's a poet. She has a couple poetry books out there, and she also works with organizations in the human resources field and so forth. So an executive coach and a theater producer. So wow. Anyway, thanks again for listening. I hope you're finding some really great nuggets in these conversations, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon. And if you'd like to know more about my coaching communities or get on my newsletter list, then go to cindydwhitmer.com. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.